Welcome to Piyyut for the People, a series of mini videos on famous Piyyutim, or religious poems, that have found their way into our liturgy. These videos are meant to give you just a taste of the depth of Piyyut, which is an underappreciated branch of Jewish learning. We hope that listening to them will make you want to learn more and lead to a more meaningful experience of kinot and slichot. Let's go. Probably the most famous Paitan of the Sephardic school was Rabbi Shlomo ibn Gabiro, who lived at the beginning of the 11th century and died when he was only in his 30s. Later Paitanim imitate the techniques that he originated. If you assume that he knew Tanakh and rabbinic literature in his sleep and was capable of double and triple meanings, you will not be disappointed. He wrote the Kina or dirge of Shomron Kol Titen, which is recited on both the evening and the morning of Tisha B'Av. The Kina is written as a dialogue between sisters named Aholah and Ahaliva. They represent the two kingdoms that made up Israel for centuries. Aholah represents the northern kingdom, which was conquered by Assyria, while Ahaliva, which means my tent or temple is within her, refers to the kingdom of Judea, conquered by the Babylonians and later by the Romans. Calling them by these names goes back to a verse in the book of Yechezkel. We're only going to analyze 4 lines, in fact 3, as you shall see. They are part of the words of the northern kingdom's speech, the lines that you see here in red. The northern kingdom is bewailing her misfortunes and saying that no punishments that befell her sister kingdom can compare to hers. Here is her description of her woes, line by line. V'kam alai kachshi ve'ana vi miryi. My kachash rose up against me, and ana, my merry. Let's try and unpack. The letters in blue are always the ones that we're talking about. So, kachshi, l'chachesh, means to lie or to deny, as Sarah denied that she had laughed when she heard the news that she would have a baby. Vatichachesh Sarah. So, my lying, my lie, my denial, kam alai, it rose up against me as if it were animate. The anavi meri, and my miri, my rebellion, the mishmeret laot livnei Mary, the staff of Aaron, against any who would rebel, my own rebellion, anavi. Now, ana doesn't only mean to answer. Ana and kam are both language that refer to testimony. The clearest example of that is a pasuk in Dvarim Yutet, Ki yakum eid chamas beish la'anot bo Sarah. Yakum and la'anot, a false witness arising to testify against somebody. You probably remember lo ta'aneh v'riacha eid shaker, but here you have both words in the same pasuk. So it is saying my own lie turns against me and testifies against me, my own rebelliousness. It's sort of like the midrash about the soul having to ascend every night and sign in a special book all the things that it did during the course of the day. It testifies against itself, even to its sins. Then, however, we notice that in Vayikra Hey, kichesh means even more. Kichesh is the denial of an obligation, the denial of testimony. It's used in a case of somebody who found a lost item, denied finding it, and swore falsely. So my denial, my not testifying, perhaps my not testifying to the truth of God, is going to turn against me and testify against me. The next line, the next phrase, when it rises up against me, what happened to me? Ulemiktsat hayamim shilamti nishyi. The miktsat hayamim sounds like just a few days, and some actually explain it that way, that I had to pay the price After a short time, I didn't last very long in my land, and that would fit that this is the northern kingdom which was exiled first, which is saying it. Except the fact is that this phrase, Lemiktzat Hayamim, appears only one time in Tanakh, and it doesn't mean a few days over there. It appears in Sefer Daniel, in Perek Aleph, Pasuk Yudchet, and Miktzat Yamim and Limiktzat Yamim in both references there refers to at the end of a specified period of time. Daniel and his friends are in the house, in the boarding house for future Babylonian gentlemen, placed there when they're taken into captivity to be trained as Babylonians. And they refuse to eat non-kosher things, and the person in charge says, but I'll be punished if you don't eat it. So they say, give us seeds, give us vegetables for a short period of time, and see if we remain healthy. And it says, Umiktsat yamim asara, at the end of 10 days, nir'ah mar'ehem tov uvri'ei basar, their appearance was still good, and they were very healthy, and they looked nice, hale, hearty, zaftig. And then later it says that at the end of the times, of the days that the king said, they were brought before Nebuchadnezzar. So in this sense, it seems that Miktzat Hayamim is more like Miketz Yamim, at the end of the days, which is reminiscent, of course, of the beginning of Parshat Miketz, Vayi Miketz Shnatayim Yamim, which can explain to us where you get the idea as well. He connects this because you have the appearance of Daniel as being hale and hearty, like an ox, connecting to Miketz Shnatayim Yamim and the beautiful appearance and the healthy appearance of the cows in Pharaoh's dream. Yafot mar'eh uvri ot basar. And all of this from the words Miktzat Hayamim. Of course, we know that the stories of Yosef in exile and the story of Daniel in exile have similarities, so we're not surprised about the similar language. What's more, this connection to the Yosef story tempts us to say that kachshi has yet another meaning, which could mean kachush, skinny, as in fat cows and skinny cows, even though that's not the word used in the pasuk, but it might have been in the background of the paitan. This video is already longer than I wanted it to be, and so I will continue in a second video. Hope you continue with me.